doing this thing?
Here we are. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
He said Happy New Year to everyone out
I mean,
there.
is this our first one of this year?
Yeah.
What happened to us? We've been falling apart. We're having some tech issues over here.
Just a little bit.
Just
but
a little bit.
I was just cut it off.
They
We
can't
just
hear
gotta-
us on the stream. We're not on the stream.
We just started 10, 15 seconds ago. How do you know?
What did we?
That's probably a delay. Wait till we
Okay.
get to.
Should I go back in? Oh, here we are.
Are we okay?
Can you hear on the stream?
Kind of frozen here.
You know
So-
those days. You know those days. We're having a day.
No.
Frankly, we've been
I
having
mean,
a couple
we just
months.
ran a whole podcast last night. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So-
We living.
All right.
All right, we had some difficulties. Thank you, Jesus. Once again, this is the Cari. For fuck's sakes. Happy New Year. We're almost into March. We've missed some podcasts.
Today is March 1st.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. It's the end of Q1 and I don't even know what's been happening.
So what has the world been looking like for you lately?
Kind of chaotic, like trying to sell my house. There's been all sorts of weird house drama. There's been some personal drama. My boyfriend's other girlfriend broke up with him. That has been very destabilizing.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of that. Had my kid home for winter break. That
Yeah.
was weird.
Your boyfriend's
Other girlfriend.
broke up with him.
Hmm.
So you have to take all the responsibility now of why is that a hindrance?
I don't think it's necessarily a hindrance. It's more she was a stable part of our situationship, if you want to call it that, for the cool kids. And she was trustworthy. She was reliable. She and I had our own friendship, which was good. And so you just kind of know what's going on the other side of the equation. And now that she's not there, we don't know what's going to be happening on the other side of the equation. Like if he starts dating other people. Yeah, I don't know. It's been, and I'm just super sad for him. They were together for 3.5 years. And so I had to I've just been helping him through his grief of his loss.
Did they expect they were gonna get married at some point in time? How does that work between your situationships?
No, I don't think that was in the works. I mean, I don't think they had any plan to not be together, but
Just boyfriend and girlfriend for life.
maybe.
Damn.
Not all of us are on the relationship escalator, Marcus.
I'm just asking a question. We have a war.
Yeah,
We have
Yeah.
a whole fucking. We have a war.
from the head of peace. What? We
Yeah.
just started this, and we're gonna go for the Nobel Peace Prize, but we're also going to go attack
We're
somebody.
starting our new year off with a real fucking war.
Yeah.
How wild is that?
And pretty much the one that he threatened if you voted for Kamala, she was going to start a war. I'm like, can we roll that back and listen to that footage?
This is one of the more knowledgeable spaces that I've been in recently because my buddy's from Iran.
Oh,
And he absolutely despises Donald Trump, absolutely hates him, but is grateful that he freed his people. And this regime that's over there in Iran has killed 40,000 of their own people this year, damn near.
But why?
So-
I wonder why.
Well, I don't know. I think, and he agrees too, that there's no benefit for Trump doing it. He's not going there to help the people, obviously.
no.
I think Israel wants it because they've been beefing for thousands of years.
Yep.
So he had to help out. But it is the Iranian dollar has gone down to nothing. It's worth zero, which is really, really bad. So there's this regime who's been in power since 1989, the longest running leader in the Middle East. And he is my buddy, and he was born there. He goes there a couple times a year. He's pretty in tune with it. And I think the Iranian people, which I don't think the American media is showing, they are grateful that this happened. And it's not a war against Iran, it's a war against a regime.
Khomeini
the
had to
people.
go. I get that, but
And war's never good though. Like, and I don't like that he's gonna go up there and say, "Well, people are gonna die. Sorry, it's just part of war." Like, that's not. That's not. But for the greater good of the Iranian people, though, every person that I know that's from Iran, it's like 4 maybe, they're all really happy about the situation.
Oh shit, okay. I don't know much about politics, so
I'm just really worried about what comes next.
Yeah,
because destabilizing a stable bad situation.
I don't think it was stable.
they got the mic
whatsoever.
still. You hear you moving the mic, yeah. There we go.
It just seems like historically when we go in and do things like this, which we have done so many different times, it goes from bad to just absolute shit. And it's already been absolute shit with Khomeini.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all agree
I think
to that,
a lot of people don't have the trust in the president to make this situation not terrible. And I think that that's where people don't have their trust in. Although there could be a whole group of people saying it's for the good, we don't think that it's for the good on his agenda.
That's how we starting out our new year. We have a war.
Yeah.
In the new year.
Yeah.
What's your new year look like this year? What goals? Healthy things, happiness, and goals. What do you have?
It's funny because I was just talking about this, and I didn't do anything specific this year because life was so hectic and chaotic that I just couldn't take one more thing on my plate to frankly disappoint myself. And so my whole thing was basically just do a little bit better. And so like get a little more sleep, go to bed a little earlier, eat a little less junk food, drink a little less alcohol, work out a little bit more. Like just if it's 5 or 10%, just something noticeable to move the needle. Because resolutions typically fail. And there's like so many crappy things going on in my life right now that I just didn't want to give myself another.
Have you saw one through before? Have you?
Saw what?
A New Year's resolution?
Oh hell
through?
yeah, many times.
I've never set one in my life.
You've never even set one?
I've never even like really failed at one because I've never really set one. Like nothing that I really took seriously to where I could consider a fail.
Did you do that consciously? Like, I am not going to make, because this year for me, it was, I am consciously deciding not to make a resolution.
In my adult life, it's transitioned to more of like, I feel like it's an excuse. Just, I could just do it in November. I can do it in July.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think placing a label on it like that created like a psychological thing and more mental versus just wanting to be better.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily cave to that. So, but like, I've also wanted to not drink as much and stuff like that, and that happened towards the end of the year, and like my goal is to make it to the end of the year. So I don't know, I've never tried. What did you complete?
No, it's just been things I'm like, I'm going to do this year, that kind of shit. I've never really done a New Year's resolution either. It's always just been like, in this year I'm going to do this, and it's just what it was. I don't think I've ever had one either, to be honest.
I've done it a few times. I think the only ones that have really worked is when I have an accountability buddy, like somebody else, like you talk to and you specify this thing and you have to check in with them, because I'm a people pleaser. And so if I fail them, that's a lot harder than failing myself. And I think a ton of people do that, whether you're going to the gym together, or you're walking after dinner together, or, we're going to go to this bar and get mocktails together. I think that makes a huge difference for people because we're always kind of disappointing ourselves in a way. So who cares? But disappointing an accountability friend is different. It's
especially
interesting
if they're doing their part.
Yes.
If they're slacking with you, you guys just fade. It's whatever. Stop talking about it. We both know we're not doing it. But if they're really doing it, that's that accountability.
I've seen. I had 2 ladies one year that were training together, and they had made a pact on some shit they were going to do. And so for the first couple months before they would try and run a half marathon, and they would come to the gym, and her friend started to notice that her face was still a little chubby, and hers was slimming down. She was like, "Hey, you're not fucking living up to your part of this." And then I was
See,
like,
that's tough.
I was like, don't let this mess up a friendship. But homegirl was invested. You know, she's like, you brought me into this shit to running this thing, and you're not even fucking. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think the accountability part is where I like to stay away from. Just fuck it. I'm just gonna figure it out. Let the chips fall where they may. I don't want to bring anybody else into my fucking mess. Sometimes I don't even trust myself, so I'm just like, I'm not setting no resolutions. But at the same time, what does happiness look like for you in 2026?
Oh, selling my house. I
Okay.
think that is the crowbar to opening Pandora's box of good things. Because if I'm able to sell my house and I'm smart about wherever I go after that, I won't have a mortgage. Like, that's so big. Just that like huge monthly output and those 6 digits hanging over your head all the time. I'm old. Like, I would just love that freedom.
What are you looking at next? What's next for you?
I just want to downsize. I'm staying local. I mean, my mom's here, my kid's here, all my friends, my village is here.
1,500 square foot, like house,
Yeah.
small house?
Yeah, I would say house. I don't love the idea of sharing walls with people. I'm not elitist. Although if I move to Barcelona, I will share all of my walls. How about that? Yeah.
Whoa.
You know, there's caveats.
Easy.
There's caveats.
Damn.
I will share my walls in Porto, Portugal.
All right.
Yeah, interesting though. I would like to set a public apology to Miss Jean Walsh, who was my accountability partner like 6 months ago. And in my defense, I think we were not clear on exactly what that meant. And so we did not communicate what the specifications were there.
Okay.
And I jacked it up really hard. So she was talking about an accountability partner for working out, and she's one of my neighbors. And I thought that just meant on these 2 days a week, we're going to tell each other what we did. She was like, be at my house at 7:30 a.m. And I was like, what? Not really my jam. And so I think I was maybe 60% successful with that. And she just gave up on me, and I don't blame her. And I'm sorry, Jean. Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I flailed. That was on me.
Jean said it was time to go down. 7:30 was the time.
Oh, I think I think she wanted to go earlier, and she saw the look on my face and was like, "Oh, I just."
She settled for 7:30.
She settled.
You knew good and well what Jean was talking about. That's on you. That's on.
Yes.
You knew what Jean was talking about. Jean wasn't no log of your workouts. No, Jean didn't want the phone call. I did 16 squats in the bike ride. Jean wanted you at the house.
Yes.
With your sneakers on.
Yes.
Yeah, you knew what Jean meant.
I didn't.
Confused.
And then I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I flaked on her several times. And
was Jean working out before that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you knew what you're getting yourself into.
She was coming back from a surgery, and so she needed it. And yeah. I was like, but you live with your girlfriend. How come you guys aren't accountable to each other? And it's to save their relationship, obviously. Like, they didn't need that kind of pressure between the two of them. And then look at what happened. Sorry, Jean.
So did Jean.
My bad.
What health things should we get checked out as women first at the top of the year? Which should you get checked out first at the top of the year?
Well, if you didn't get your mammogram, schedule that shit.
My wife just went and got hers.
There you go. Squish them. Go after it.
Damn, squish them.
Yep. You know what it looks like, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So pretend this is like a flat plate. This is a flat plate. You basically like lift and put your boob on there, and then there's this plastic, like almost like a plastic dinner plate that comes down and totally squishes your boob. And by the way, someone else is handling your boob. Like, they put it up there, they roll things down, they like squish around and all of the things. And then once they have it mashed the way they want to.
She say mashed. That's an old lady word.
Mashed.
It's an old lady word.
Mashed. You're right on that edge of discomfort and pain, usually. But it is wildly unpleasant. And then the tech will be like, okay, hold your breath. Beep. And they take a picture. And so you get it squished this way, this way and this way. And then they look at it and they say, okay, everything looks great. We'll let you know. Or they make this face where they're like, hey, do you have a little extra time? Because we're going to have to do some extra pictures. And then they like narrow down and bring in all sorts of weird like plastic spoon things so that they can get to like the one spot that looks funny.
Have you been there?
Have I been where?
At that spot when they actually.
Oh, friend. Yes.
Damn.
So multiple extra spoons, extra utensils.
Does automatic fear just set in when it?
Yeah, because I know. I'm like, we're not supposed to use the extra spoons. But we're using the extra spoons, which means that there was something funky on my mammogram. And so then we use the extra spoons, and then they take that. There's a radiologist like sitting in another room in the dark, drinking coffee, because that's what they do. And then the radiologist makes a face and goes, we need an ultrasound. And so then they're like, hey, do you have a little extra time? We're going to show you in this really cute room, and you're going to sit here. And then they like rub the goo all over your boob and check that. And then the radiologist comes in and like might take some extra pictures or look at the ultrasound themselves or whatever. And then you have to follow up like in a couple weeks, couple months, 6 months, because there's an abnormality. And you get to stress out the entire time.
Well, I'm getting a colonoscopy.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be so excited. I'm getting a colonoscopy.
Take a look up there.
Yeah. What should I expect here?
The prep is by far the worst part, and it's so much better than it used to be. Oh my God. Back in the day, they would give you literally a gallon jug with this powder in it. And you had like 18 hours to drink this stuff. And by the pint glass. And by the end of it, typically you are unable to even get off of the toilet because it's just running through you. Like you drink some and it just...
Oh, so laxative.
Oh my God. And the funny thing is, it's called Go Lightly. Ain't nothing lightly about what is happening there. You are going
And the idea
mightily...
is just to clean you out before they stick a microscope up there? Is that the idea?
So what they stick up there is a camera. So
that's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, you can imagine that
listen to your organs.
If you've got a bunch of poop all over and they stick like you can't see anything, right? It's like, oh, I can't. And so, right? You're not going to see anything if there's poop in there. And so that's the whole idea is you flush all the system out. And then when they stick the camera up there, they can look at all the mucosa. They can find little things that aren't supposed to be there that look like little polyps sticking up, any lumps and bumps that shouldn't be there. And they can take biopsies of it. They can excise things and take things out. But they take pictures the entire time that they're going up and around the corners. And that honestly, that scope part is easy because you're out, you're sedated. And so you get to take like a nice little 25-minute nap-a-roo.
Oh, it's just 25 minutes?
Yeah, it's quick.
It's gonna feel like 3 seconds under that anesthesia, but
fuck.
They'll be like, hey, this might burn a little bit, Marcus. How about you tell me about last night? And you're like, oh my God, and then you're out. And then you wake up.
They have their time.
Knowing me, I might pop back up though.
Yes. This man is very hard to sedate. I've had to do it myself. I'm just saying. I'm a doctor. Don't try to do this.
I've had come out of it and I've seen physicians' lab coats and their clothes rearranged. And I said, did I do that? They were like, yes, you grabbed 2 nurses as well. Like, fuck. But like such a creeper. But I'm getting that done. And it's just that time, 46 years old.
Yeah.
Got to get that done. It's about that time for Jeffrey too. 36?
Is it?
I mean, no, I don't know.
Not yet. Not unless
36?
you have a strong family history. Not yet.
What should men get at the top of the year?
Make sure, well, if you're after a certain age, make sure your prostate has been checked recently. Both lab and a finger.
What age is that? I'm probably closer to that one then.
Is that 40?
40, yeah.
Yeah, 40 is the finger up the butt.
Now talk about lab and finger. What's the difference there?
So my dad was a perfect example of this. So PSA, prostate specific antigen, is something that you start checking probably around 40-ish. And that is an enzyme that your prostate releases naturally, and it should be in like a really small threshold. I think it's under 4. If it starts climbing or getting above 4, then you get worried that the prostate is doing something weird and the cells are producing too much of themselves, and that could indicate cancer. However, cancer cells do weird things, and sometimes the prostate cells don't produce PSA. They don't produce it. And so your PSA is like 1, 1.5, 2. It's normal.
So
nobody
that's how
cares.
I can trick a test, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so my dad had really aggressive, advanced prostate cancer, and his PSA was around 2 because the prostate cells were so jacked up. So like their chromosomes were so screwed up that they didn't actually secrete PSA. So it wasn't until he went to a new primary care provider who was like, hey, bend over, I have to check your pooper. And he was like, yeah, I don't really like that. We're not doing that anymore. And my PSA is normal. And so we're not doing that. And luckily, his primary was like, we're still checking. Went up there and it was a mess.
Man.
It was big. It was irregular. It was not good. And so it can absolutely be undetected because your lab is fine and you're not getting any symptoms, like you're not bleeding, your urine stream is fine. Because the tube that goes from your bladder to the end of your penis goes through your prostate. And so if your prostate is getting big, that squeezes off the urethra, that tube. And so sometimes
you get the drip, huh?
You'll get the drip. Yeah. Or you can't get it all out. You'll feel like you need to go right after you need to go, and it doesn't burn like an infection. It just feels like, oh, I didn't empty my bladder. Or you're going like 2, 3, 4 times a night. So those are, but sometimes you can have a big prostate but not have cancer. But apparently my dad was not having any of those symptoms, even though his prostate was big and all gnarled and ugly and needed to come out.
Okay.
So lab, PSA, to follow one thing, but also get someone to get their finger up there. And does it feel like kind of a soft walnut, like the tip of your nose? That's what it's supposed to feel like.
What, up your butt?
Yeah.
A finger up your butt? Hey, listen, it's not cool. It's not cool at all, but you got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
Good health is cool, though.
You're right. So let's just talk about your telehealth real quick. Give it a shout out, Dr. C.
Yay! Yes, I am available I don't do the concierge thing where I make you pay a bunch of money per year. You can do hormone bundles with me. You can see me a la carte, and I will see you for pretty much anything. Right now, I think 90% of people are seeing me about hormones for menopause and andropause, because men get lower testosterone and have symptoms from that too. So yeah, you can give me a shout out at www.drcariffs.com and come see me. I'm licensed in 16 states.
So you have mammogram for women. What else do you guys have to go through that they should go through at the top of the year?
So pap smears used to be annual, where they go up in your vagina and scrape your cervix and look at those cells under the microscope to make sure that those look normal. If you are in a monogamous relationship and have not had any problems with your cervix in the past, you actually don't have to do it annually anymore. And so you can even push it out to like 3 years.
Why?
Because if you are HPV negative, then the possibility of you getting cervical cancer is much lower. And especially if you're in a monogamous relationship where you probably aren't going to be exposed to HPV. So most of the cervical cancers are caused by that virus. And the lovely thing is that teenagers nowadays can get a vaccine when they're like 12 and 13 that
covers
them for 6 different HPV viruses.
For how long?
Their entire lives.
So we can't get them now. You can't get it? Why not?
You can. It's not FDA approved for over 17, I think. Maybe it's a little bit older. So it's not FDA approved, so your insurance won't pay for it. But you can find providers who will go ahead and give you the series. It's a 2-shot series, I believe. And you can pay cash. And so if you are at risk for being exposed to HPV, meaning that you're kind of promiscuous and you're seeing other people and you're not using condoms, et cetera, then getting that vaccine is actually very helpful.
the freaking hoops you got to jump through is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like to get my colonoscopy. Well, no, not the colonoscopy. To get my CPAP machine, I had to just do a teledoc thing with Rick because there was not enough notes on my chart or whatever, so they just couldn't hook me up after I took a fucking sleep study. Is insurance going to get better in 2026? Is the runaround ever going to get better?
No. Is it ever? Yes, because I hope that there will eventually be a revolution where enough patients just say, this is not working. Physicians throw up their hands and say, nobody's getting what they need except for the people who are pocketing all the money. But it is a massive moneymaker. Humans break down. We get sick. There is trauma. So there's always going to be a huge amount of money to be had in healthcare. Right? And so people people have figured out how to profit off of that. And that is, the state of it is not going to change. Like, people are always going to get sick and injured, period. But now we have this system where a very few people make a fuck ton of money off of that, and the rest of us don't get what we need.
Well, in 2026, who's the best pharmacy? In 2026.
Who's the best pharmacy?
Yeah, who's the best? Because finding a good pharmacy as I get older,
I know. It's
just like, I feel like an old ass man. Like that up the street, the CVS, it closes at 7. The one on Sparks Boulevard closes at like 8 or 9. Then some places just don't open on certain days or open till like 11 o'clock. So what's the best pharmacy, let's just say in town locally?
I couldn't even tell you. I mean,
damn.
I love Sierra Compounding Pharmacy, but that's all they do is compounded medications. And so you can't get everything there. You can't even get most things there. But I love it because the pharmacist there is great. Navid, hello. Yes. And he will get on the phone with you in 45 seconds and explain everything to you and go over things. And he's really super knowledgeable and helpful. But most of your medications can't come from a compounding pharmacy.
What is a compounding pharmacy?
So if you are unable to take pills, if you need something that you need 3 different things in one liquid, you can't get that at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. You can't get it there. Those are just standard medications. They get them from the manufacturer, they scoop them into a bottle and give them to you. Compounding pharmacies take the actual raw medications and then they can make pills, liquids, patches, things like that out of it. So if you need a couple of things put together, or if you need something that you can't take by mouth for whatever reason, you're feeding yourself with tubes. And so you need it in injectables, or you need it in a syringe. So you just push it through the tube. Then the compounding pharmacy helps you with that.
You're straight Breaking Bad up in there, huh?
Absolutely. Go Walt.
Jeez.
Does it affect the medication at all? Is there certain medications you can't mix together?
There's tons of medications you cannot
so
mix
there's
together.
A whole science behind putting certain ones together.
Yeah, even if you go to the hospital and the doctor orders 3 or 4 things, we're going to give you something for nausea, pain, and diarrhea. Maybe one of those medications can't go with it, and the nurse, I don't know which ones they are a lot of the times, but the nurses know this. We have to have 2 IVs because this one can't mix with this one. And so a lot of times patients will have more than one line so that the offender doesn't clog up the line. And yeah.
Back to checkups. Have you heard of Grail?
Grail?
I think it's called Grail. It's a cancer detection thing that they offer here in town.
No.
Yeah, you can get a cancer scan.
Is this one of these whole body CTs or MRIs or something?
I guess it's blood work. I guess you got to go pick up. I'm not sure. But I just signed up for it. I got it for free. And
what did you have to do? Can you tell us that on?
It's through county insurance.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you were on your knees or something.
No, not this time.
Okay.
And
well done.
Without the county coverage, it's $949 without the county coverage, which is really sad that it costs that much to get a pre-scan of your body to find out if you're going to be healthy or not.
I have a couple reactions to that. One is, oh my God, like $1,000 is a lot of money to a lot of people. It is not a lot of money to insurance companies at all. And treating someone for advanced cancer costs millions. Like, why would you not just scan everyone if it actually works? And that brings me to my second one. Does it actually work? Like, there are very few, we're getting better, but there are very few blood tests where you're checking for cancer and it works. So I don't know if they're doing genetics. I don't know if they're doing antigens like PSA. I don't know what that entails, but like, you couldn't check. We probably have 4 times as many blood tests to check for cancer as we did 25, 30 years ago. Like, it's really advancing quickly, but you can't check for cervical cancer in the blood. You can't check for breast cancers in the blood. You can look at genetics to see if you're predisposed to having cancer. You can't check for like cancers of your brain, cancers of your bone. So I don't know what they're checking exactly. I'd be interested to see what this list is that they're checking for. Because it might be a little bit of something and a whole bunch of hooey.
You got some homework.
Yes, I do.
For by the time we have the next podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be super interested to see, like, is this a genetics type? Because Lord knows there's a whole bunch of people who could use that, including myself. So that's interesting. I don't know.
Let's talk females in 2026. Do women hate men in 2026?
We have gone over this.
I know. I just want to get to the chicken. I want to get back to it. I had a conversation with my wife the other night and her fears. Her fears.
We tired. I don't know if I don't know that we're hateful, but we tired. We are.
What have we done?
Very little, actually.
Damn.
That's the answer.
Damn. Is it rough out there?
It's rough out there. It's rough in here. I mean,
I
think y'all are having something of a little bit of a crisis too, because like, your typical roles have changed, and that leaves you without that, like, well, you know, she doesn't need me, so what am I doing? Yeah, good question. What are you fucking doing? So
what is the typical role though? And how has it changed?
I mean, the traditional role is you have a job, right? You get up, hopefully you wash yourself. She has laid out your clothes. She has fed your children. You peck her on the cheek. She hands you your briefcase. You go out, whatever you fucking do. You get a check. You come home. She hands you a drink. You may or may not have dinner with your children and your wife and say nice things. And you might have sex with her and go to bed. Like that. I mean, and that's all you're expected to do, right? And that's not what's happening anymore, because hardly anybody can afford to be on a 1-income household anyways. And so probably both y'all are working. And yet the women are still doing like 80% of the child rearing and the housekeeping. So, but now she's working. So like, what the hell? Like the imbalance is even more so because she has now taken on a role with a part-time or a full-time job, in addition to doing the majority of the healthcare, the wellness, the shopping, the cleaning, the organizing. Like, when the school calls, they're not calling Mike, they're calling Jan. Like, it doesn't matter if Jan is like a fall down drunk with a restraining order against her. They're calling Jan until they've been told otherwise.
It's so true.
It's so true. Like, when the coach needs to organize, halftime orange slices, they're not calling Mike. They're calling Jan. Because Mike doesn't know where practice is and hasn't been there and doesn't know where the oranges are. And do we have Tupperware? Like, Mike is useless. And that's not for everybody. This is not a blanket statement. There are perfectly independent men who are taking care of the majority of the business, and I totally get that. But traditionally, that's what's happening. And I think because women are taking on even more than before, we tired.
Man,
Yeah.
we're getting less and less marriages, you think, huh?
There's a lot less marriages now. There's a lot fewer people having kids. That whole, like, our society's traditional stuff is kind of going down the crapper.
Why?
I think it has to do with economics, actually. I would say that's one of the biggest things is finances. Like, you know, almost everybody has to work to make ends meet because everything is so much more expensive, and there's all this stuff that's available. You want to keep up with your Amazon list and, you know, keep up with the Joneses and get that new this and updated that. And so everybody's got to work. And so they're like, how the hell are we just going to figure out $80,000 for a fucking kid? I mean, having a child is so expensive. Getting married is so expensive. And so I think a lot of people are like moving in together to save on money, but they don't necessarily need to get married. Maybe they're not religious. They're not like thinking, I don't need to be with you in the eyes of God. I just need you to pay your part of the mortgage.
I haven't heard the word love yet. Not once have I heard love. What happens to love? Is love just, is it done? I mean, there was a time and place where you just fell in love with a person.
Do you think that back in the day when there were those traditional male-female roles and, you know, housewives were never seen without their makeup on and their hair done and all that shit, do you think that was love? Do you think it was any more love?
I think it comes down to the individual person for the love factor. I don't think it's necessarily social constructs or anything like that. I think that comes down to individuals.
I think people still very much want love.
I bet you there's like, and I agree with that. And I think that there was women back then that liked that role of not maybe having to go work at the warehouse and shit like that. So the love just, I think, is just a personal thing, really. And I think that there's still plenty of people that just want love out there.
What happens in your 60s when you want to hold somebody's hand? What happens then?
Yeah. I don't think that the quest for love is any less than it was before. Myself. You know, that is a human basic need to socialize, to be supported, to give and receive love. I don't think that's changed. I think people are just doing it differently because they don't need to stand in front of the eyes of God. There isn't this whole like, well, you can't live with each other or have sex until Jesus says so. You know, like there's all these things that don't matter to more people than before. And money. I think that's a lot of it. I think things are really freaking hard for people right now and they can't even see. And like the world is burning down literally right now. And so I think people are like, why am I going to bring a kid into this? Everything's so unstable. So I think that's a lot of it. But I do think that everybody still wants love.
So money is the thing now, huh?
I think it's so hard. And then, you know, you're on social media and you're getting all this bad news and how terrible things are and all this negativity. And it's hard to imagine the pressure of bringing in a kid to this shit show and dumpster fire that we're dealing with right now. And I do think like people are having to work earlier. They're having to work more. And they're like, I don't have 12 weeks to take off for, you know, maternity, or I'm going to have this kid and I don't even have enough time to take care of myself. And so I think those are some of the pressures, the external pressures that are making people get married less and have kids less.
Damn, that's very sad.
Why?
I've seen people in the projects make it, you know, with a baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I find it to be sad that finances can hold back that kind of healthy life, you know? Do you believe that we're supposed to do all that here on earth? Meet a person, connect, marry, have kids, raise children, then they have children, and then just another generation. You think that's the path?
I think that there are enough people who are doing exactly that to sustain our society. And the fact that there are plenty of people who decide not to get married, who decide not to have kids, and make that conscious decision with or without their partners, I think that's beautiful too. And Jesus, there's over 8 billion of us. Fuck, slow down. Like, I don't know. I don't think that we necessarily need to continue to populate the earth quite as much as we are.
Yeah, the 1% wants it, and that's about it. Because that's just more money for them, more people under their control. But in terms of resources, yeah, we should probably slow down a little bit.
Yeah. And I think I know plenty of people who have made that decision for themselves, and they are perfectly happy.
Just not to have children at all.
To not have children at all. Maybe not to get married at all. And
Damn.
like maybe they live with their partner. They have done the paperwork, so they, like, when somebody gets sick or whatever, they call the right person.
God
They've
damn.
covered their asses like bureaucratically, but they don't feel the need to do a wedding. Like, I can totally see myself being married without being married. I don't think I need that piece of paper again.
I mean, that is solely a social construct, and
Yeah, it's bureaucracy.
And it's religious based, which many people nowadays aren't as religious, and you have to pay a fee to the state to make it. It's getting a little outdated. In terms
Since you said that, I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she also has no religion at all, and her friend was across the way, and she's like, "Me neither." I'm like, "What? Like, how did you get there?
I mean, it's not taught to you.
How do you get where?
How do you get to not believe in
Mythology?
You don't believe in God, do you?"
No.
Your face. Your face.
No.
Oh wow.
I think it's becoming less and less. I think your situation is a little bit different because your mom is religious, correct? So yeah,
Very.
Crazy
So it usually
religious.
comes from what's taught to you from your parents, right? And then when you become an adult, you have the ability to change your own forecast at that point. But I think nowadays, specifically, I think it's less and less in the home.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Lincoln doesn't know anything about it because I don't tell anything about it.
Lincoln
Because I
doesn't
don't-
know about God or Jesus Christ.
No, he does, but that's the extent of it. He doesn't understand. There's nothing past those names. Right.
Is anybody in the house religious?
No, because it wasn't brought to us from our parents.
Aren't you Catholic?
Yeah, but it was never taught to me. So first of all, yes, I was baptized, right? But my mom was.
Did you go through catechism?
Was a raging alcoholic, so I don't get the connection between God and that. So that cut that off for me. And my dad, I mean, he considers himself the Antichrist. He's on the opposite end. He's atheist, I guess.
So how did you hear all this stuff from your mom over the years? And I'm only asking this about New Year's resolutions because, like, it's just a new time for younger people. Who I talked to 3 young people who don't believe in God at all and don't know. So one was on the fence, the other 2 were like, nah. I was like, so what do you think happens when we die? I think we just die. I was like, oh, okay. And so all the years hearing your mom, as religious as she is, it just never penetrated, huh?
Okay, so rolling it all the way back.
Great word, penetrate.
Yes.
Let's go. Oh my God, we're gonna get banned for short.
Okay, sorry, I didn't do that. We were not a religious household when I was growing up. And I'm not sure Dottie would like me saying that, but that is the truth. So when I was growing up little, we did not go to church. We had some very good friends who had a church, and so we would go for like Easter and Christmases and fun stuff. And so we were that family that would go on occasion for big religious days, right?
Okay.
But we were not a religious household. And it wasn't until I was probably, I want to say like 5th or 6th grade.
You are right. Your mom would have not wanted you to mention this at all.
Oh, trust me, we have gone rounds about this because she swears that she never took a break. And I was like, you took a Ross and Rachel break for like a decade. So whatever happened. But we did not go to church. And so Yeah, I would say like 5th or 6th grade. So then I'm what, like 10 or 11-ish? Both my parents decided that to go to this one church. By the way, my dad was raised Catholic to the point where like he had scars on his body from nuns. He went to Jesuit universities to play football, the whole thing. Like he was super duper 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 Catholic. And thought he was going to be a priest, which
Whoa.
knowing Mike,
Whoa.
right?
Really?
Yes. His cousins are a monk and a nun and a nun. Like he was that's what he was going to do.
Oh, he was super in there, huh?
He was super in there. Irish Catholic. Like it was very serious.
So none of that fucking came up nowhere. None of that came up in the household.
No.
In nomine Padre, de Filii, de Spiritus Sancti.
Oh no, when he left the Catholic Church, he burned it to the like he wanted nothing to do with it. And so even when my parents then decided, like when I'm 10 or 11, to go to church, it was, I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't Catholic, it wasn't Baptist, it was some kind of, unification, whatever.
Non-denominational?
I want to say. And my dad ended up getting rebaptized. I remember that very specifically because I was like, what? And it did not last. Like within months, he was like, and I'm back watching football on Sundays. I don't give a shit about church. And so there was like some tension because my mom was off and running again. My dad was like, that was a mistake. No, thank you.
So was your dad on the Catholic side again, the rebaptism?
No.
Where was this at? Just in that church that you guys were going to?
Whatever that was.
Okay. That's weird.
Yep.
That's really strange because when you win on the Catholic side.
Also
right?
kind of funny. I asked that this has been in the last 5 years. I asked them if I was baptized when I was little because I had never heard the story about it.
A Catholic baptism?
I didn't know.
Or Baptist?
I didn't know. I said, was I baptized? And my dad goes, yeah. My mom goes, no. And I was like, I was your firstborn child. I was your firstborn child. And you guys don't remember not what happened. Like, I don't expect pictures. It was the 70s. You don't even know if I was baptized.
Forgive me, Dottie, for bringing this up in the first place.
Sure. And my mom's like, no, we talked about it, but it never happened. And they both kind of looked at each other bewildered, like, oh shit, we don't actually know the answer to this. I was like, well, it obviously didn't mean a goddamn thing to you then, because you don't even remember if your first child was baptized or not. Hilarious. So, yeah. So I was forced to go to church. I kind of took part in it. Is there such a thing as an altar girl? Like I remember some sort of like broom that was on fire or something.
No, you had a candle lighter. You lit candles with your...
Yeah, that sounds about right. For a couple of years. And I got more and more no thank you about it. And by the time I was in high school, I was like, I don't want to go at all.
How'd you get in that space though?
My mom.
What? How? So you were going through these, you were altar girl, right?
Yeah.
And when did you come to the realization that this is not real? This is...
Oh, I was so uncomfortable. Like my whole body was uncomfortable with the whole thing. I did not want anything to do with it. And the more she pushed, the less I wanted to do it, which has continued for, 45 years. Yeah. I wanted to do it less and less. And then I started getting obstinate, and I'm sure I was super snotty about it because I was a teenager. And at one point, like she and I were just brawling on Sunday morning because she's like, you're absolutely going. And I would not get out of bed. And my dad came in and he was just like, oh God, you've got to stop pushing her. You're only making it worse. She's done. And my mom cried.
What does 2026 look like between you and your mom without Mike Rogan in the middle? I mean, we're here now. What does it look like?
It has honestly been so hard without him because he was definitely the buffer. Because, he had undying love for my mom.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm. That's some real fucking love right there, boy.
Yeah.
That was real love.
Yeah. But he was my person. Like he and I had almost everything in common. And so that's the buffer when my mom and I are such incredibly different people. And it's not that I don't love my mom, but she's not my part. Like, I don't have to see eye to eye with her. I don't have to, she doesn't have to appreciate like how I want to spend my time. We are just such incredibly different people that it's hard to spend time together. And I know that that hurts her feelings, and I wish it was different as well. But the only thing that keeps us able to like love each other and do the right thing for each other and be there for each other are boundaries. And boundaries are so hard to set and to maintain, but they really are the structure to any healthy relationship. Like,
what are your goals for that relationship though in 2026?
With my mom?
Yeah, do you want things to be better? Yeah.
I would like to be able to figure out how to spend more quantity and quality of time with her. Because again, I know that my absence in her life hurts her feelings, which hurts me too. But then, you know, when over 50% of our engagements when we're together are bad, I don't want that either. Like, we both leave not feeling good. And because we're such different people, that repels me. Like, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to take the chance that our next interaction is crappy. And so I back away. And what she wants is a redo, right? She's like, let's get together again. Let's get together again. Let's get together again. And I'm like, oh my God.
75th, 100th redo.
Yeah. And so that's just how she's made and how I'm made. I don't think anybody's right or anybody's wrong. It's just how we operate.
It's a difference of opinion in general.
Yeah. And there's just not, we don't like a lot of the same things. Like, I don't want to go over to her house and watch basketball all night. I don't want to. I used to want to, but I don't follow it anymore. I don't like, of course I know the sport very well, but I don't follow anything. And so it doesn't really mean anything to me. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to go to church and she wants to watch sports.
Does she still play a little bit? Is she just not in the playing business anymore?
This recent pickleball injury that she had has set her back really badly over the last few months. It's a bummer because I don't think she's going to the gym either because she's in a lot of pain. She's not sleeping because of the pain. And so I just think she has very little energy. But like, until that happened, she was playing pickleball 2 or 3 days a week. She was going to the gym 2 or 3 days a week.
After the stroke?
Yes.
Wow.
It wasn't until she fell during pickleball, which is kind of hilarious. Everyone's like, oh no, your mom fell and broke her wrist. I was like, bitches, she was reaching for a backhand during pickleball. It's not like she tripped over her cat or something. She's like, we were winning and, you know, it's always like, and the score was, and we were up.
Sounds like her.
Exactly. That's the intro to her story. I was playing with this man and we were up 8-3 and she went for a backhand.
And you playing pickleball too as well, right?
I just played today. That's why I'm wearing these fun pants.
Obviously you have something in common with mom, huh?
Yes.
All right.
That we do.
All right. Do you ever speak to Mike?
All the time. Almost every day.
You know, I look at my emails and I wish that I seen a Mike Krogan email.
Yeah.
Her dad would send these like newsletters. And I don't know. I just had him on my mind lately. And I don't want to get too far off subject, but just, you know, such an incredible human being to service so many people with a newsletter.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? I've never seen any other man do something like that.
He was a consummate educator, honestly, like in almost all facets of his life, whether he was being silly and goofy or, you know, crawling under a car with you or inside an engine or actually in front of the classroom, refereeing sports, coaching sport. Like, he was always educating. And he was a great writer. And so I think the whole zine thing, his magazine, was part of that, was like his own op-ed piece when he decided, I can't even imagine what he'd be saying right now. That thing would be coming out every 2 days.
Crazy, right? Yeah, it would.
You couldn't stop him. That's really the only reason I'm thankful that he's gone, is that he's not in pain anymore. And this would be causing him pain. Our socio-political situation right now would be agony for him. But yeah, he'd basically do an op-ed piece, like, once every 3 to 6 weeks or something, and he'd send it out to his fans. I still have a bunch of them saved.
I think I've had all the ones he sent to me for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of them. And I should just open up, like, oh, Mike, let me call this guy. He would never answer the phone.
No,
your dad would never fucking answer the phone.
Yeah.
And when they lived downtown, it was easy for me to just walk up on him. You know what I mean? Back then, I could just pull up on him because they would always be out in that little yard there.
Yeah.
So I think he's watching you, and he's very proud of this whole thing that you got going on. I really, truly believe that.
He would love this shit. Like, he would be on this. Oh my God. He'd have a microphone all the time. Can I turn this on? Let's go. Is this thing on? Let's go.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. I've heard so many stories. Well, I have heard it all.
He loved to debate, and he loved to,
So
stick it to the man.
Where do you take this whole thing? FFS, your telehealth, your hormone hero. Where is this going for you in 2026 as Dr. Cari?
That is the question, isn't it? We've been meeting as a team, everybody. So Jeffrey, Marcus, me, my other business partner, and our social media manager, Talon. We meet every week. And the question is, where is this going? I have not been able to make a good call on that yet because of everything that's going on with my home and the drama with that. It's just not a good time for me to be making any decisions. But it's hard because between the patient care platform that I'm doing and this, I am hemorrhaging money. And I can only afford to do this for a little while longer. Which makes me sad because it's like the overhead of, I'm literally paying my patients to see them. Between paying for malpractice insurance every month, paying for my electronic medical record that I have to stay compliant, and to be able to see my patients in an encrypted, HIPAA compliant way. I pay thousands of dollars a month, and I'm not making thousands of dollars a month. And so I'm going in the hole since I started this in April. So the question is, like, is something going to change? Can we get sponsors? Can we get people to contribute to this part of it financially so that I can float the patient care part of it for a little while longer? Or can I get more patients, which then floats that part of it and eats up the overhead costs? It's really hard. I'm really struggling with it because just about the time I start deciding, like, I'm done, I can't, I just need a nap, I'm not going to do anything more, I'm just going to like fold shop and just exist. Then I have a patient and they, come on and they're like, oh my God, I have so much energy and I'm sleeping now and I don't want to rip my kid's head off. And I fucked my husband the other night and everything's going so much better. And I'm just like, yes, I love you. Like, it's really hard.
Well, in for me in 2026, it all started with a young kid named Keegan Ayala. And
Thanks.
I started with Keegan when Keegan wanted to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I was giving Keegan beats that he should not definitely have. And if he had published them, it'd have been a lot of scary people looking for me. But I cared about him that much that I was giving him real beats. Right. And that was probably, right around COVID, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, about COVID.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to be a football player. So he came to me and we started working and we worked. And he came out of his junior year. His coach said that he needed to put on some weight. And in one off season, I think I put 50 pounds on Keegan Ayala in one off season. And then he became defensive lineman of the year. And since that, my business has taken off tremendously to the point where Jeffrey and I can partner up. And we have so many ideas. We have a meeting with Under Armour tomorrow about our 7 versus 7 flag football camps.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have a very healthy clientele of athletes now. My business is working very well, and I may have to quit my job in a couple months because of it. I've also too been able to get, Jeffrey fully into just not the side of podcasting, but into my training side as well. Jeffrey's my manager. Salute to my manager over there. Woo-hoo! Jeffrey runs the show. Jeffrey comes up with great ideas, and the partnership in 2026. I'm very thankful for Jeffrey in my life. My wife inspired a lot of things, but Jeffrey and we talk every day. And the goal is to just keep trying. No matter what happens, just keep putting one foot in front of the other and continue to go, and it will pop.
Is this a heated rivalry thing or
what?
I hope not.
Okay.
I'm not going for that.
What's the heated rivalry?
If you ask them, yes.
Oh. Who are we asking?
My wife.
I mean, there's a new season coming out. I wasn't sure if you guys were starring or not.
Not at all.
No, hell no. No. What is heated rivalry? What is it?
You know. The 2 NHL hockey players who are gay.
Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no, I ain't never heard of that. You heard of that, Jeffrey?
I have not.
Oh, yes, you have.
I have not.
It is all the rage right now.
What?
All the rage.
In the NHL or?
Should we hit the Dank Dad intro and let her go in? What the fuck? What's happening?
Yes, it's is it on Apple?
And you would fucking know about this.
Okay. Like, is it a real story?
No, it's not a real story.
It's fiction. Okay.
Yeah, it's fiction.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, how they doing that?
No, it's fiction. But it's like where Brokeback Mountain kind of like was the first of that genre, like that scene. Heated Rivalry is the very first
They pick hockey players
gay
for this?
man, but true romance. And it really is a more accurate depiction of a gay relationship. Like,
Okay.
there's all this competitive tension between the two of them. They're on 2 different teams. They're the head of each
watching
team.
that, Cari.
It's beautiful.
See, it's beautiful to you, see.
No.
Ain't no men watching that shit.
You know who recommended it to me?
Who?
My straight partner. I had never even heard of it. He messaged me. He was like, have you seen this? And I said, I think I've seen it advertised. What's it about? And he's like, this NHL romance between these 2 men. And I was like, what?
I love gay people. Don't get me wrong. I love the gays. Trust me. I got some gay friends. I love you, but I can't watch a show.
It's about them falling in love. And it's really, really beautiful.
That's who should sponsor this show.
Oh.
Heated Rivalry. We're going to reach out to you, man. Maybe you guys can we can endorse your show. It's a series?
Yeah. And so there's, I think, 7 or 8 episodes in the first season. And the second season, like, everyone is clamoring and like, please just go ahead and release it.
Every lady's clamoring. There's no men watching this.
That
shit.
is not true. That's the weird thing that I'm telling you. So this is about intimacy. This is not about fucking. This is not about.
I don't give a damn.
It
ain't no
is
men.
about intimacy. And that has not really, and the reason why I bring it up is to tease you guys, but at the same time, Marcus and Jeffrey have a very intimate relationship.
Oh, I would not say intimate at all.
Not intimate.
But the definition of intimacy is not taking your clothes off and
It's not
rubbing
even
on
physical,
each other.
though,
It's not physical, but you guys talk every day. You
I
rely
guess
on each
on
other.
an intellectual level?
Yes.
Is that what you say
you
is
share.
intimate?
Yes, you share secrets. You talk about your dreams together. You help each other realize your dreams. You talk about your disappointments.
We are not gay.
They are not gay, but you are intimate with each other, and
You keep saying intimate.
It's
I see
beautiful.
what she's saying. We're taking the word out of context.
Should I? Hit it. See, that's what happened. We started talking intimate in the sunlight. just came out of nowhere.
Because Mother Nature's like, yes, we love intimacy.
Oh my God. So these guys are both hockey players.
Yes.
And what, do people know about the romance?
No.
No one knows about the romance.
No. They do everything they can to keep that from everybody. However, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Let's get Eric's question right here. People have thought they were no, they have not thought that shit. Great
yes,
show.
They have, Eric.
Great show creator was Glenn on
Letterkenny. Great show creator was.
I think he's talking about is he talking about the Heated Rivalry dude?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, you watch
the creator? Yeah, he says it's a great show.
Yeah, it is a great show. And
okay.
I mean, it just like you're so into their pain and like the need for discretion.
So the league doesn't know that they're gay. It's just them two that are gay that have a secret relationship.
Yeah.
Now in Brokeback Mountain, did people know they were Brokeback as cowboys? Because I've never seen it.
You haven't seen that either? What are y'all doing?
What you think I'm just going
These
to smoke a
shifts.
joint and pull up a glass of vodka and watch some Brokeback Mountain?
I hope it's not vodka. You can do better than that.
I like vodka.
Ew, it's nasty.
All right.
Brokeback Mountain was like, it needed to break the seal, but it was not done well at all. So yes, these guys were cowboys. They were out in the middle of nowhere.
Have you seen Brokeback Mountain, Jeff?
No.
No, me neither.
I have not.
No.
They got physical with each other. It was violent. It was messy. It was ugly.
You think men can watch that type of shit?
I think that was, I mean, it didn't depict a ton. It was more just everyone going, oh, what is happening over there? But it wasn't. Heated Rivalry is about love and intimacy and caring and sweetness.
It's about sweetness.
But I would do either one of them. Anyways, yeah. So I think it's more relevant, and it is a better depiction of what happens between two people who are falling for each other.
Me and Jeffrey are brothers.
Yes.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
Brothers don't be intimate. We brothers. Ain't no intimacy between brothers.
Not physical intimacy. Not romance. Not romantic intimacy. But you guys are intimate. And that's why you love each other.
Yeah, Dr. Cari, for fuck's sakes. Definition. Thank you. Yes. Not insanity, because that's
that's
sitting
different.
beside right here.
Yes.
I
mean,
all right,
close familiarity or friendship closeness.
Damn. We intimate, Jeff.
You are.
It is what it is.
Motherfucker just made us look stupid on camera, right? Sorry.
I love that.
Well,
it's okay to be in love.
Can we play a quick game?
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead and list the top 5 New Year's resolutions. Rank the top 5. What do you think? I have the top 5.
I got.
So
go ahead.
take
Go.
Lose weight.
That's number 4.
Get a gym membership.
Not the same thing.
That's number 1. Improving fitness.
Bing, 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 bing.
I'm like, isn't that the same thing?
Kind of, but some people want to improve health and not necessarily have to lose weight, or just want to lose weight without increasing fitness.
Okay.
So separate them. So number 1, improving fitness. Number 4 is losing weight.
Okay, go ahead.
You have 2, 3, and 5.
Fight with your partner less.
No, think a little bit more broader, not specific. So
Money goals.
That's number 2, improve financials.
Damn, I'm good. Bing.
Number 3, improve mental health. So a little bit more on your end.
Okay.
And number 5, improve diet. Those are the top 5
See,
New
I
Year's
would
resolutions.
group 1, 4, and 5 as the same thing.
So give me 1 through 5 again.
Improving fitness.
All right.
Improving money.
Okay.
Improving mental health.
All right.
Losing weight.
Okay.
And then improving diet.
There was not one thing about relationships in there. She's right.
I mean, mental health. I think
Maybe.
that falls. That's the closest
Less
one to
conflict.
it. That's going to be the closest because that's pure mental, is it not? I mean, that's how you feel about somebody. So that's probably 90% mental health for the most part.
I can buy that if that's the generality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Less
you were going to pick a
conflict.
category to put it in, it's definitely that one.
Let me ask you a question just before we get out the room. What do you think about, where do you see mental health and what's your mental health regimen? Because I found out that little kids have therapists now. What do you think about that shit?
Dude, parents are fucking up their kids from day one.
Let's say they're not. Let's say they're not. Let's say they live in a wonderful household. Do you think the kids should have a therapist?
Yeah.
Mm.
Sure. Absolutely. If there's an issue, the earlier you tackle it, it's like cutting somebody. Like if it's a superficial paper cut and you take care of it, you don't see it later on. If you keep cutting in the same spot and keep making it deeper, then it doesn't heal. It gets worse. It can fester, get more scarring. And so with therapy, you try to avoid that from happening. We were just talking about this the other day. So you guys remember when my son got held up at gunpoint?
Right.
In the middle of a hiking trail, there was no interaction with this dude. All of a sudden, the person that my son was hiking with turned around, and there was this random man in a bandana with a gun pointed at the backs of their heads. He didn't make any demands. There was no conversation about it.
Just boom.
Just boom. And they ran. And it was insane. It was completely insane. So this happened, and I told him, it was right before he was going off to school. And I was like, you need to get in touch with a therapist at school and talk about your experience. And he went to them on the first day to seek resources. And they were like, you need to talk to a counselor like right now. So they got him in that day. I think he went again later on that week. And then I never heard anything more about it. And for me, I was like, you're going to need ongoing counseling for like months, right? To have this not be PTSD, to like make sure that you're all healed up and that you get everything vented and get it out of your system, heal the paper cut, right? So then I see my therapist and I tell her, like, I'm really worried that he's not going. Should I kind of force the issue? He's saying he's fine. And she goes, you have a wound this big about guns and trauma and other people's PTSD because you have your own and you've seen so many people with PTSD. She's like, and so if you drop a little bit of acid on a wound this big, the whole thing festers. So like, I already have this bundle of anxiety and trauma around this whole situation. She's like, your kid has nothing. He has a blank slate. He doesn't have any trauma. So this little thing just nicked him. He healed it. He's good. There's no trigger to be happening there. Your trigger is this big. So one little thing is like, boom, right? She's like, so he's probably fine. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a great way of looking at why I'm such a mess about this. And I don't understand how he could not be such a mess about this, right? And so that's so interesting to me. So yeah, I think that if kids have some kind of trauma.
What if they don't have trauma? What if they're 10 years old, don't have any trauma, not a whole lot of trauma yet? Parents can be doing the very best job they can possibly be doing. You're still fucking up your kid in some way. That's actually like what we're supposed to do to provide the opportunity for kids to be resilient. And that's one of the things that we're saying about the younger generations is that we, like the Gen Xers, were left, latchkey kids, drink out of the hose, be gone all fucking day. Nobody was paying attention to anything that we were doing. Nobody gave a shit. And so we raised our kids with the helicopter thing, right? Like we're with them all the time. We're arguing with their teachers. We're defending them against the coaches. We're like throwing shit at referees who are making bad, like we're crazy people raising these kids, right? And so then those kids are growing up as super anxious, depressed adults because they don't have any reason to believe in themselves. We shelter the shit out of them and they don't have any resilience. Like everything
if mom and dad aren't in front of me, everything is a threat because they've never had to overcome anything on their own. Right? So we do all this stuff and it like the pendulum has swung too far and our kids are like too fragile. So that's kind of the theory right now, I think. So even if your parents are the best people, your household is great, there's like the ultimate harmony, we're still fucking up our kids because it's our job. We're just not doing it the way our parents did it.
And at the same time, it's whether you have one kid, two kids, it's still your first time being a parent as a whole.
Yeah.
So there's no way you could be perfect at it anyways, right?
Yeah, and every kid's different. So like what you do for one kid isn't going to work for the other kid. 100%. And the kids are fighting because that's what they have to do. There's pets, they're fighting. You know, like there's always going to be some conflict and strife. And so I think kids seeing therapists and like smoothing over those abrasions and those wounds and those like little lacerations can be really helpful because then when big shit goes down, they're like, cool, I've got this. Like I've overcome these other 4 little things.
Yeah. And
I believe in myself. I've got the confidence that I can do this. Yeah. So we do the best we can as parents. I mean, it's not like we're out to be like, okay, how can I screw up this kid? But we do, and it happens. And sometimes therapy is definitely the answer.
I see Eric down the bottom.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Eric. Thank you.
Yeah, you have no idea, Eric. You have no idea. We get on this podcast, the Dank Dad podcast, and we just vibe out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
and it's everything. It's laughter to happiness to mad at each other a little bit to It's every emotion all into one.
It's intimate.
It's intimate.
It's intimate. Yeah,
it's not a bad word.
And my boy Jada, we talk on the phone every day. Me and that guy have been together since we were 13, 14 years old. So yeah, and I think that just us coming together is a big piece of therapy for all of us because after the show, we throw everything. We went to a rage room.
Oh, those are so fun. Nancy, who's on here earlier, she was like, I had the bat and she was like,
I didn't try that.
She was finding plates and keyboards and stuff for me.
And were you just whacked? She was giving you a skeet shoot?
Yeah, she was stealing stuff from the other rooms that were not occupied to get the stuff that I really wanted to shatter.
Would you get a standard package?
I don't know where we were.
Where you go? I Smash Reno?
No. We were in Chicago at the time.
Oh, okay.
But Nancy was like the go-getter. She was like, oh my God, you really like the plates. Let me find you some more.
So she was throwing them in the air and you were just getting the batting practice and just smashing those motherfuckers, huh?
She was actually procuring the stuff from the other rooms. And then I had somebody like dressed in all the stuff in the room who was my pitcher. And I was so sore the next day. It was just batting practice and just
it's a fucking workout, ain't it? It's a workout.
My obliques and my lats on the like hitting stuff. Oh my God.
My daughter had a crowbar. She was going to work on a fucking keyboard. Now listen to this shit. So I take my daughter and her other friend. We go in there and glass starts smashing. So as I'm going to like adjust the bin for them, I don't know why I didn't wear underwear. I never wear underwear with jeans. I never do. And I felt some glass going to my pants. And you know I wear skinny jeans.
Yes.
And next thing I know, I feel something around my knee. Then I feel something else in my hoodie, but then I feel something in my other side on my pants. And I'm like, oh, I got glass in my pants. Because they're smashing glass. It's coming from the wall back onto me.
Okay.
So I get in the car and I'm driving home and I was like, there's something in my butt crack.
Okay, back to Brokeback Mountain.
No. I wasn't excited about it. Not at all.
No.
And so I came home and I told D, I said, yo, but give me a towel. So I bundled up. And of course, my fucking neighbor happened to be in his backyard at the same goddamn time. So I went in the backyard, dropped my pants, and it was one of the keys from the computer in my butt.
Are you serious?
What letter was it?
I don't know. I just read it out. It was one of the side keys. It was like the SL key or whatever. One of the smaller keys on the keyboard. I was like, what? It's a fucking...
I was hoping it was the enter key.
I was hoping it wasn't glass.
I feel like that's big enough to notice sitting down in a whole car ride, walking around.
No, I when I got to the car and I sat down, I did notice it, but I thought it was glass. So I didn't want to try to get rid of it inside of my
pretty
car.
big, bro.
No, I can show you how big the thing
I
is.
know exactly. I mean, I can see a keyboard right here.
What are we gonna see?
I feel like
I can show
I'm
you what
nervous.
key it is in
I
the
feel like you'd
backyard, bro.
notice.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't notice.
Anywho, that was my day at the Smash Room. We're starting on 2026, right? Dr. Cari, for fuck's sakes. It's been a hell of a show.
You guys are so crazy.
We'll see you guys.
Before we go, I want to ask you, Dr. Cari, what are some tips for people to continue on their New Year's resolutions?
So first of all, resolutions any time of the year. I wanted to circle back to you, Jeffrey, because those of us in the Northern Hemisphere should not be making New Year's resolutions. We should be making like summer solstice resolutions, because this time of year, it's dark. Our mental health is not at its finest. Our cortisol levels tend to be much higher because it is darker, which is more stressful. And that's not when you make resolutions. It's not a good idea. So maybe like do it for your birthday or do it during the summertime. Anyways, and the other good thing is you can pair it to things that are critical to your life. And so pair your resolutions to like food, to socializing, to sex, to sleep. And so I'm going to take it for instance. I use testosterone cream. How am I going to put that on every day? Well, I pee at night every time I go to bed, right? Like you pee right before you go to bed. So I have the testosterone cream right next to my toilet, and I look down, I'm like, oh, okay. And I put it on my thigh. So if you like brush your teeth every day at a certain time, put your pills there, if that is your resolution. If it's
creating like mini habits.
Yes, exactly. But if you pair it to something that you do every single day without fail, that you would feel weird if you didn't do, right? If you are doing something with your face in the morning, maybe you're like, I don't get to wash my face until I work up a sweat. So go out and do your workout and then come back and you get to wash your face. And so pairing it to something that you already do can be really super helpful. The reward thing is absolutely real. And so if you give yourself a cue, whether it's a Post-it or a ding ding on your phone, or you put like, a lot of the times what I will do is get up in the morning and instead of like putting on fuzzy sweatpants or whatever I'm going to go out for the day in, I put on my biking shorts that are ridiculous looking and super uncomfortable. And I can't take those off until I ride the damn bike, right? And so that's my cue. But then my reward is that after you work out for a certain amount of time, you are supposed to give yourself some carbs. And I try not to do straight carbs because I'm diabetic. But after you work out for 20 to 30 minutes, moderate to heavy lifting or getting on the bike and really working up a sweat, you're supposed to get straight carbs, okay? It cuts down on a lot of the soreness, gives you some energy, helps you hydrate, all of those things. So maybe eat a cookie.
Glycogen.
Yep. Get a little piece of candy. And then your brain is like, ooh, what? We just did this hard thing, and then I just got some sweets. Let's do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another way. And we talked about the accountability partner. And sorry, Gene, even if it is just texting your friend and saying, this is what I did. Take a selfie of you next to your weights.
They do say if you're not going to go work out, go drive to the gym, at least go hit the parking lot and come back, if you, whatever. I think what gets a lot of people is the general reward of the losing the weight, looking better, feeling better, saving money, like seeing your piggy bank. If they got to that point to see the results, more people would stay on, because there is a genuine happiness when they do get that result, right? Like it's a lot. And I think people kind of, and they say, 2 to 3 weeks before the habit really starts to really stick.
Yeah.
So the average is 66 reps. That's the average. 66 reps.
So potentially 66 days.
Just going 66 days and getting into that habit.
So it's a lot longer than you think, right? And so
you probably don't see results in your body for at least 66 days.
And the weird part is that you don't see. A lot of times what happens to people is that you are changing.
Yeah.
you're not noticing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I came home from college, my freshman year playing football, guys were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I don't know, but you're looking at yourself every day and you're around a bunch of big other motherfuckers every day. So it doesn't seem like there's a difference. But when people see you, so just keep going. I truly believe that shit, to just show up. And I think that biker shorts method, that's a fucking dope ass method.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. Or I hate sports bras. They're so uncomfortable. But if I put that thing on first thing in the morning, I'm
you gotta
like,
pull the trigger.
I need to do something
Yeah.
so I can take this off.
What does your first couple minutes of actually waking up look like?
There might be some cussing.
Damn, I pray first. I thank the Lord. But I know you ain't doing that.
No.
But yours is cursing, honey. You go straight to the fuck. I woke up.
Like, when do I get to take a
fucking
nap?
woke up
Damn
this
it.
morning. Is that what you do?
No, I try and stretch actually because I'm sore. And so I try and do some of my physical therapy stretches. Danielle lit off Battleborn Health. And so I'll do while I'm still laying there, I'll try and do some of my thoracic stretches and get my shoulder moving and things like that. It also depends on how bad I have to pee, because sometimes I just gotta hop up and pee. But I try to do like a couple minutes of stretching, but there is some eye rolling and cussing, like, oh, the night was too fucking short.
I pray and go to my stoicisms. I listen to Marcus Aurelius stoicisms every day.
What's a stoicism?
It's just basic methods of how to conquer your mind, have better discipline, control your emotions.
I'm not doing it right. I'm just gonna say that I'm not doing that right.
And I listen to hypnotism every single night. I listen to hypnotists for health, wealth, and happiness and success every single night. That's what I listen to. And I don't know. That's how I start in my nights and how I start my days. I pray first, then I go straight to the stoicism before I go to the phone. Because I feel like if you don't put that focus fully on you when you first wake up and you start to like organize your thoughts and start to just really put into your own mental health first on what you need to focus on. First of all, for me, is God. I pray first, and then after prayer, I go into the stoicism and listen to the past leaders and conquerors of the world talk about how they maneuvered in life. And, they talk about the ups and the downs. Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and yeah, that's my jam. And then I open up that good old email and phone, and it just seems like that's when I curse.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta walk into this. Okay, woo, I check emails. Okay, woo, there's nothing there. Sweet. All right, let me go to some YouTube real quick. Check what's going on in the world. I go there. Oh shit, our president's tripping again.
Still, not again. Still.
I'm just like, okay, don't look at that anymore. What else? 50 Cent and T.I. having a beef. They going back and forth. 50 something goddamn years old and 50 Cent and T.I. is going at it. Oh my damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who took whose boyfriend? The Oscars happened. That's my steps, man. And this is a Dr. Cari for Fuck's Sake podcast. This is the first one of 2026, and I had a motherfucking ball.
Yes, yes, yes. There will be more.
Thank you so much, guys. We love y'all. We out. Ow.
Thank you.